most underappreciated, quite sadly, grape varietals across the world. Why does it get such a bad rep? Well, that sort of goes back to a time back in the 60s, 70s and 80s where Germany was just pumping out what was called Liebfraumilch, and this goes under many a various winery or label that you've probably tried or at least heard of. Things like Blue Nun popped up, or Devil's Rock popped up all over the world. These were cheap and not very good quality grapes were used, leading to very sort of insipid and often sweet or really sweet or not that sweet and just not very well made wines, and each year it was always just this drab of Riesling. And so Riesling got this very, very typical and sad label across it, being bad and insipid or just sweet and unbearable and sort of a teenager wine, if you will, nothing serious. Which is a shame, for a few reasons, being Riesling is more often than not a bone-dry style. Yes, also it is one of the most versatile wines or grape varieties in the world, where it can be producing the most bone-dry and crisp and lean wines that you'll ever find, and sweetness levels all the way up to the most luscious and sweetest of wines produced across the world. Riesling is absolutely fantastic, and thankfully for many a passionate person in the wine trade, is planted around the world. But generally speaking, it's going to do better in the cooler climates, such as all across Germany and Austria. The Alsace up in the north of France will also plant it quite illustriously. But other than that, in the New World, generally speaking, we're going to be talking about Eden Valley or Clare Valley in Australia, which are going to be nice dry and crisp and zesty, limey examples. New Zealand, across Marlborough in particular, producing a little bit more fruit-forward sort of styles of wine. But one of the most exciting regions for Riesling at the moment is Washington, but most importantly, those coming from the Finger Lakes in upstate New York. Riesling is also, I'd like to point out, not just versatile in sweetness, going from bone dry to off dry, medium dry, up to outrageously luscious and sweet, but it's also one of the most interesting as far as the flavour and aromatic profiles can go. Riesling can have everything from nothing but citrus and lime and tangerines in there, but also lovely florals, chamomile and lavender flavours, as well as the tropical and stone fruit flavours, and as it ages you can only expect to see these lovely honeycomb and caramel and butterscotch and salted caramel sort of flavours coming through as well. It's just divine, and I implore you to go up to your closest wine store or to the Cellar.store, our website, and find yourself a gorgeous, gorgeous Riesling.